So Jordan, actually what you can see here is our new G580. So the car will not be called EQG, we will call it Mercedes-Benz G580 with EQ technology. So, and this car here will be our hero. This is our brand new Edition 1, coming in the color South Sea Blue Magno. So this color will only be available for the electric G-Wagon. The car is equipped with the AMG line, or based on the AMG line. And the Edition 1 is always coming, and I mean this is the most obvious option in the front of the car, is always coming with our new black panel grille. And we integrated an LED stripe right here, as you can see. And this car, this part of the car is illuminated and animated. So actually when you're opening the car, the LED stripe goes around, and then the headlamps will be illuminated, like you can see them here with the daylight rings. And when you close the car, it's going back again. And the cooler thing, when you plug in the car at home, maybe, then the whole thing is pulsating. So it shows you that the car is charging actually, right? So biggest change in the exterior front of the car, but what will also be special, as I already told you, there is a flattened, a rounded, more aerodynamic A-pillar coming with a spoiler lip on the top of the car here. On top, only the electric G-Wagon will get this engine hood. So actually this is higher than for the regular G-Wagon. It gives us more stand, so more muscles actually, but also much better aerodynamics for the car. And we combined these two parts in terms of aerodynamics together with our new cutouts right here. We call them air curtains. So the airflow going around the car is really optimized, and we really reduced the drag coefficient of the car to get more range. And I will talk about that a little bit later. When we come to the back of the car, you will directly see also a new part of the car. That's what we call our new G-Wagon design box. So actually it always comes 1/3 in black, Magno or Brilliant, depending on the paint of the car. So this one is Magno, so it's coming Magno, perfectly fitted into the rear window of the car. And then you get the lower 2/3 of the box always coming in the vehicle color. Of course we can open it. And then you will see a compartment where you can easily store your charging equipment. Quite good also in winter times when it's dirty outside, the cable is dirty, wet. You can just put it in here, and the interior of the car stays clean. Yeah. We close it again. There will come different options. So the basic version of the G-Wagon will come without anything on the rear door, so it's just naked.
Yeah.
Then you will get the box as an option, always coming as a standard for the Edition 1. And I will show you a little bit later, we also offer full spare wheels for the electric version. So you have all the possibilities you want to have. And coming to the side of the car, we are offering this one, as I said, as an Edition 1. So for ramping up production, for launching the car worldwide, we will have an Edition 1 with all these cool blue details. So blue stripes in the protection stripes around. Then you get exclusively for this car blue brake calipers in the back, blue brake calipers also in the front of the car, of course with the Mercedes-Benz signature down there. And if we have cool EQ blue elements outside, we of course also need to have a perfectly fitting interior. So what you will find here is exclusive blue carbon trim parts only for the Edition 1. Of course, a very exclusive Edition 1 badge on the grab handle, and blue stitchings all around. So this interior option is only available for the Edition 1, will be exclusive for Edition 1. So customers will have the possibility to decide between 5 different exterior paints. So we get this exclusive blue paint. You will also get obsidian black, white magno, and classic gray. So all 5 colors are a perfect match for all those blue details. And we will always combine them with this interior of the Edition 1. Actually, that's what I wanted to show you about the design of the car. Let's talk about charging. Here you can see the US charging socket of the car. We will be able to charge the car with 200 kilowatt DC charging, and we will be offering this with 9.6 kilowatt in the US market for AC charging, 11 kilowatt in the European markets. And on top, when we are talking about top speeds, the car will have the possibility to run with 180 kilometers per hour. I think that's 120 miles per hour, right, guys? Yeah. Maybe
I don't know conversions of you.
So 180, and we will have a sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 4.7 seconds. We are talking about an overall power output of 432 kilowatt. So we have even 2 kilowatt more than with the G63 AMG. And we have, that's a special thing about the electric G-Wagon, we have 4 individual electric motors. So each wheel is driven by one individual electric motor. But when we are talking about a drive unit, I would like to move on to our desert sand and more off-roady G-Wagon over there. So actually, this is our base type of the G580 with the Q technology. So this is a car without AMG line exterior package. So as you can see, more off-road styling. No running boards aside. 18-inch rims coming with all-terrain tires for perfect off-road performance. And biggest change here, I was talking about the options on the back of the car. As you can see here, 1979 style, our full spare wheel with a cover, and optionally we also offer this one in combination with the AMG line with our spare wheel coming in vehicle color, for example. So you can paint it also in black in your vehicle in your vehicle color, and yeah, making sure that you can do it in the way you want to have it. But when we are talking about the best off-road vehicle in the world, it was important for us that this car will be at least on the same off-road performance level like the combustion G-Class. So 4 individual motors. If you look down there, aluminum, so the alloy part there, this is one of our electric motors. So we have 2 on the rear axle, 2 on the front axle. Direct connection with this shaft there to this wheel. We have a rigid rear axle like in a combustion engine, but we have a new designed rigid rear axle only coming for the electric G-Wagon. You can see the rigid rear axle down there. And this makes sure that we have the maximum stiffness of the car when driving uphill. And on the front axle, we have individual suspension, also like in a combustion G-Wagon, making sure that the car is really dynamic and has always a perfect connection to the surface you're driving on. And when you look down there, you can get a glimpse on the battery system. So actually, the silver part here is the outer part of our battery. We perfectly integrated this battery into our very robust leather frame. So actually we have a leather frame of the G-Wagon, and we put in the battery in between, making sure that it's perfectly protected when going off-road. And underneath the battery, you can see this part here. This is like a skid pad with a very special composite material. So we put in fiber trim, carbon fiber in there, in the sandwich model. So making sure that this part is really heavy, so you can really have contact with your friends, the stones. It doesn't make anything. You can
see them all in there.
You can put the whole car on this skid pad. Nothing happens. Making sure that the battery is perfectly protected against impacts when you're driving off-road. Yes, and talking about driving off-road, sometimes you also have to go through water with the car.
Yeah.
So actually, we increased the wading depth of the car coming from 700 millimeters for the combustions up to 850. So the water line actually will be on this level here. So actually there will be water up to this part here, also over the lights back here. So you can imagine the whole battery system and also the 4 electric motors will be underwater, will be fluted. So we had to make sure that the battery is perfectly sealed, nothing happens, and you can also drive through water for minutes, for hours, as you like to.
Wow.
And there are three off-road modes coming with the drive modes coming with the electric G-Wagon. Maybe you already know the G-turn, so the car is able to turn on the spot 2 times 360 degrees, so 720 in total. On top there will be a G-steering, so we are using torque vectoring. When you're driving around a really tight curves with a very small radius, so then you can activate G-steering, and the torque shifting will be used, that you really turn around that tight corner like I always say like you're drifting in slow-mo.
Yeah, cool.
So it makes the car really off-road, very flexible in going off-road. And on top there will be an off-road crawl mode. So you can activate off-road crawl mode, set your speed when going off-road, for example 8 kilometers per hour, and the car is driving uphill, downhill automatically. You only have to concentrate on steering the car. It's easy. My grandmother could do it, really. And most important part, when you do, or if you want to activate all those functions, and if you go into heavy off-road, we have another specialty about the G-Wagon. We don't just have 4 individual motors, we also have 4 individual low range reductions. So each motor gets an own low range reduction. So we really improve the torque of each motor when going off-road. We reduce the power the engine or the motor needs, because we have this off-road reduction like for a regular G-Wagon with the combustion engines. And when we're driving uphill, it's quite easy. It's quite cool to give the car the right speed. And when you go downhill, then the car is recuperating like hell. So actually you go downhill and the battery is fully charged really fast. So driving off-road, we could drive off-road here for 2 days, no problem.
Wow.
So because when you're driving real off-road, you're driving not that fast.
Yeah.
And when you go uphill, you go downhill, and the recuperation system will be that good that the battery will be recharged very quickly. Yeah, that's in a nutshell what I can tell you about the car. Maybe you want to have a look inside the car? Yeah.
You gotta move it back.
Yeah, no problem.
Every time. It's my first time.
It's the first time, yeah, I understand. I was already talking about the MBUX system, and as you can see here, we don't have any changes to the combustion engines, because we want to have the G-Wagon as a G-Wagon. We don't care about the question which drivetrain is in the car.
Yeah.
But what is also special here, I was talking about those special features. So what you can see here is our off-road control panel, and here we have our low range reduction. So you activate it like for a combustion G-Wagon, then we will move from high range to low range. And when you did this, you can also activate your G-turn. So you will activate it with this hard key here, yeah. And then you can also see an animation up here with the instructions you get, what to do, how to activate the G-turn to turn on the spot.
I can't read that, but
yeah, we can we can also. I think in the other car we switch
It'll be
into
fine.
English.
No
We switch
worries.
into English, so that's no problem. I will switch into English. And here on this button, the left one, here we can activate the G steering. Of course, first of all, we have to move into low range. Mm-hmm. We have to move into rock mode, so heavy off-road mode of the drivetrain, and then we can activate the G steering. And when driving the car, then we combine the steering angle with the torque vectoring. So you want to turn to the left side over there, and really you get the full power on the right wheels.
Yeah.
And we will not power or even brake the left wheels, so you will turn around like
pivot.
a tank.
Yeah. Wow.
And that this makes this heavy car, because we are talking about 3.1 tons of weight actually. This will turn the car very dynamic, and you will not feel that this car is really heavy because it's so flexible and so full of reaction when you're driving the car. Yes.
Amazing.
Any questions from your side?
No.
When can I drive the car, right?
Yeah, I know. I wish I could show it driving. Oh, this is great. I can end this.